Why is your brain in
your belly button?
Your belly button's connected to your brain somehow. If you push too hard on your belly button, you feel it in your brain.
No, you just stop it.
Did you guys ever have something in each hand, and then you meant to throw one of them away, and then instead you throw away the thing that you didn't want to throw away?
What happened, Nate?
I threw my phone in a New York City trash can this morning.
No. Oh, my gosh.
Every morning on the way into work, I drink one of these protein shakes. They're Kona, Cola. I don't know what they're. I don't. Scotty might know. But they're excellent. And I was holding the empty bottle, and then I had my phone. And then as I'm walking by the trash can, whoomp.
Oh. So how difficult was it to fish it out?
It wasn't bad. It was sitting on.
You got lucky.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was like a cardboard box, and it kind of slid next to that.
Oh, that's not too bad.
There was blood on the box, though.
Scotty, please, really?
There was?
No,
Probably.
there wasn't.
Whose blood was it?
Nate, did you do the slow look?
What blood type was it? What blood type was it?
It was O positive. Crazy.
What's that, Garrett?
Nate, did you do the slow look when you looked at your shake and you go, oh.
No, I didn't even do the slow look. I walked about 15 feet, and I'm like, why the fuck do I still have this in my hand? I'm like, God damn it, I threw my phone away. But I don't know if it's do you guys do that? I'm convinced it's from my stroke.
No.
Stop.
There's been so many times I've thrown my fucking keys away, and I'm holding a trash bag. I'm like, what am I doing here?
I've put the wrong thing down. Like, I've gone outside to get a screwdriver to do something, and then get sidetracked, lay it down, and go back in to use the screwdriver that I went to go get, and I can't find it, and it's back where I went to go get it.
Did you ever find your phone in the refrigerator? I found my phone in the refrigerator. Couldn't find it.
Were you cold calling people?
No.
Is this
Brody's here.
Hello.
Is this a phenomenon or something? Like, is this a mental thing?
Yeah, it's called getting older.
Oh, shit.
Well, look, we're all sometimes under stress, and we become absent-minded. I don't think that's unusual at all.
No, I don't think so either.
No.
As long as you catch it right away. Like 2 nights ago, I had something from dinner and a fork, and I was going back in the kitchen, and I walked over to the garbage pail and threw the fork forcefully in the garbage and went to wash the garbage in my hand. But I immediately went back and got the fork. It's when you take 3 days to remember, then you're out of a fork.
I do that with the refrigerator. I always
You throw the refrigerator in the garbage?
No, I'll have like something in my hand, like a mug or something, and I mean to go put it in the sink, and I put it in the refrigerator. And then later on when I come back to the refrigerator, I go, how the hell did that get in there? And I forget that I put it there.
When's the last time you guys cleaned out your refrigerator? Do you do it? Do you do it a lot? Do you stay on top of it?
A couple weeks ago.
Because mine's in a bad state. And I forgot to. I don't like wasting food at all. But if something is too old, it can't be eaten. There's really nothing you can do about it. But I've got some shrimp in there.
How long?
I forgot to throw them out, and they've been there too long.
So did you ever think of just cooking it when you see it's getting to that point? Like, I'm just going to cook it, and then this way it extends the life for a few days?
I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, I'm saying if let's say you see something getting old, like, okay, it's raw.
My point is this. No, I have done that. I've done that with like sausage. It's like, you better cook this, even though you're not going to use it. Right. And then you cook it, then you're like, what the hell do I do with it now?
Yeah.
But the shrimp, I don't want to throw it in the trash because it stinks.
Right.
So you keep it in the refrigerator until the last minute so it stays refrigerated. It doesn't smell as bad. Plus the bears don't get into it, right? So now I've got this shrimp in there that's, I think they've come back to life. I really think I heard something scratching to get out.
Oh no, they're crawling away.
My point is this: it's like playing Jenga with my refrigerator. If you pull one thing out, the shit just keeps falling for like an hour.
Jeez.
Am I the only one like that?
No, the door is like that. You know, the door with all the condiments.
Yes.
The shit goes in there and it fucking stays there. Heather we needed mayonnaise. Sorry, Danielle. And she was looking at that. She goes, do you know when the last time we used this mayonnaise was? I go, I don't know. We don't hardly ever use mayonnaise. The expiration date was 7/2019.
It doesn't go bad.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, gosh. Don't even tell me mayonnaise goes bad 2 days after it's in your refrigerator.
We're still using mayo from 2020. I used it this morning.
That mayonnaise is in its prime.
Vintage mayo.
I know. It's like a fine wine. It needs to sit there and ferment.
Oh, my dad does not believe in expiration dates. When I go to their house, I check everything if we're eating. And I'm like, Dad, this shit expired in 2019. That's a marketing ploy. They just want to sell you more of that shit. I'm like, Dad, it's not. Like, throw it away. He's not right.
The meat is brown.
I think there is something to that because I've always had the rule of if it says best if used by.
Right.
I'm like, well, it's just not as good anymore. But if it definitely says use by,
Right.
then I get rid
I
of
do
it.
the same thing.
John,
Dairy products. It's all you got
I
to
have a
worry about.
salmon question.
Yeah, salmon question.
So on the 13th of this month, I bought a piece of salmon that said, sell until the 15th, right? Sell by the 15th. So if you sell by the 15th, you'd think you could cook it on the 16th, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So on the 16th, it reeked like garbage. It was horrible.
Oh, wow, they were right on.
No.
Oh, don't worry, Scott. I got my $12.50 back. Don't
Good.
worry.
Of course you did.
Yeah. But my
Yeah,
point
you know
was,
what?
you'd think you should get it. It should
When,
last
when it
another
goes
day.
when it comes to things like salmon, you shouldn't even rely on dates. It should be the way it smells. If it feels slimy,
Oh.
you should go by that first.
You know
and
when you
foremost.
have cold cuts in your refrigerator and you open up the turkey and it's all slimy inside? That's the worst. Oh my gosh.
Not
Gross,
eating
and I
that.
vomit.
How does it
I'll
get
admit
slimy,
something
though?
here.
I don't know. How does it get slimy?
bacteria or
Bacteria.
something. Just
It's
like, yeah.
sweating. It looks like it's
Oh,
sweating.
speaking of, did you read it? It's in these. It's in the news again today. The reasons we should be cleaning out our belly buttons.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Very important.
You just read this, Scotty?
No, but I always clean out my belly button. No one listens to me.
I do too, but I love that every once in a while, for some reason, there's a story about it. I was like, don't we just know? I mean, what prompted a?
What do you clean it with? A Q-tip?
Q-tip, twirl it, wet Q-tip, and twirl it. Or right when you get out of the shower.
What do you
Use
wet it
my
with?
use your soapy finger. Doesn't that work just as well?
No, but
Yeah,
you
get up in
'cause
there.
no, because stuff comes out on you. You put a Q-tip in and you twirl it not so hard that you hit your brain, but you just twirl it not that deep.
Why is your brain in
your
someone's
belly
Your
button?
belly button's connected to your brain somehow. If you push too hard on your belly button, you feel it in your brain.
No, you just stop it. Really?
This is a Scotty thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
I'm
so
gonna
when you,
try right now.
I never questioned him.
listen, tonight when you get out of the shower and your belly button is moist, take a Q-tip and twirl it in there, and you'll see all the chunks that come out. And sniff it.
Yeah.
No.
All right, check,
Well,
You guys,
why we?
checking in with Gandhi. Did you feel it in your brain?
I didn't feel it in my brain. I just tried to push really hard, and I have nails. I didn't feel it in my brain.
You'll see.
Well, let me try.
No.
Wait, who has chunks in their belly
It's
button?
from-
And then who
Scotty-
smells it afterwards?
It's from the fabric that you wear. It gets in your belly button. It's lint, but
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check.
No, you
He
have to
used
do it
to
when it's
send
wet.
photos because we didn't believe how chunky his belly button could get. We were
That's
like,
right.
oh,
I
that's
would send
disgusting.
pictures.
He would send pictures of what was
Yeah.
coming out of his belly button. I'm glad you don't do that anymore.
So
No.
Nate tells us he found this interesting fact out. The belly button is so dirty, scientists are finding new unknown bacteria. One person actually had bacterium previously found only on Japanese soil where he had never been. So
that
how did
Scotty?
they get over here? Maybe from clothing was made in Asia or something? I don't know.
Maybe.
Bought some fruit.
I clicked on the actual article. It says 1,458 bacteria species new to science found in our belly buttons.
Yep.
Not
Not in mine.
Now, do you just use water, or do you like use alcohol or?
Well, if it's dry,
Peroxide?
you can use something else. But I'm telling you, fresh out the shower is the perfect time to do it when it's wet.
I used to do it with when the kids were babies and take a little alcohol. They used to tell you to like swab in the little nooks and crannies in the
Well,
belly
wait.
button.
But what if you have an outie?
Then you're good.
Yeah, no problems.
Just go around
Yeah.
it.
You know, the other spot I heard that we neglect a lot, which I guess is kind of true, is behind your ears.
Yes, absolutely.
There was a comedian who said you need to, when you meet a new person, if you're like trying to date them, you should swipe behind their ear and smell it because that'll tell you.
Yeah, I do that too.
That'll tell you what kind of person they are.
I'll tell you why I'm always cleaning behind my
my
ears.
God.
Does anyone want to guess? I have a reason for it.
Oh, the
No,
surgery?
tell me.
Yeah, when I had my my facelift, they brought it back, so now I get whiskers behind my ears, so I'm always shaving it and always cleaning
Oh,
my
how funny that is! That's so funny.
Never thought of that.
Don't get a facelift. Life is so much fun. And you're pulling my, the
more
what
you
used to
know.
be here is now here.
That's awesome.
Here's a speaking of gross, a text message just came in. Did you know blood can be substituted for eggs in baking?
Is this true?
What?
I don't want to know that.
Can we look that up?
Blood?
Yeah,
Why?
can someone look that up?
Substitute it for what?
Yeah, sure.
Like eggs.
Blood
Like if
is
you're baking a
substitute
cake,
for
you
eggs.
can
How
take
much?
the eggs
That's
out
a
and
lot
use
of
blood.
blood.
Yeah.
And
Well,
why are you feeding people your blood?
Can I
Okay,
make
well, hold
chicken
on.
cutlets with my blood?
Let's think it through now. Whatever the egg does when it's cooked, there's a scientific thing. It happens. It changes the molecular structure.
Yeah.
They're saying blood
Okay.
does the same thing. It includes some property.
Yeah.
I mean, an egg is an unfertilized embryo. It's still body material, right? So blood is body material. It makes some sense, I guess.
I don't know,
So
but you know what a egg. I mean, if you put an egg in, and make a batter, it helps it, become dry and like a cake, so that you can use blood instead. What does it say there, Gandhi?
It says 65 grams of blood will do the work of one medium egg, while 43 grams of blood can stand in for an egg white. So, yeah, you can do that, but that sounds disgusting.
Well, how much
do you
is
cut
43
yourself and
grams of-
bleed?
Well,
Yeah,
hold on.
that's a
How
lot
much
of
is
blood.
43 grams of blood? What is that?
That's a lot of
into,
blood.
Grams into gallons, please.
Oh, hold on. Let's see.
I'm never
Grams
eating in a
to
hospital cafeteria.
Wait a
ever
minute. Is
again.
Red Cross getting blood because they want to make cake? What's going on here?
They're making omelets.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home, too. Let's just.
Well, where would you try it?
That's a good point. What's it say?
I'm trying to find this little conversion
You
calculator.
know, when I was a
Okay,
kid, they all said, our country's going to join the rest of the world. We're going to go to the metric system. We never did.
Oh, we did with 2-liter bottles of
Shut up.
soda.
We did. That's about it.
And there are still
Yeah.
signs near my house that tell you how many kilometers the nearest hospital is because they started
And grams
changing
and grams of fat
and never changed back.
What do you have, Gandhi?
and
All right,
millimeters.
65 grams of blood is only 0.0169 gallons, but that's enough for me to not want the blood in my eggs.
Yeah, no
Or my
thanks.
cake or whatever it is.
Or
I'm glad we
serve
could
it
have
to
this-
someone.
I'm glad we could have this conversation.
Yeah, me too.
Whose chair is that?
Whose haunted house is
My
I think
chair.
that was Froggy.
It's my chair.
Very nice.
I try to
It's my
sit still,
chair.
but then I have to move, and then when I do, it makes sounds like this.
Oh, God.
Mine squeaks a lot too. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but you hear
I
that?
wish you could see what's on my floor right now.
Dogs?
What is it?
I think it's Uncle Johnny's shorts.
Oh.
The
Give 'em the
dogs have been
sniff
going.
test?
Oh, the
No,
dogs have been going
what the-
crazy.
Done.
Dogs love dirty underwear. They'll love it.
By the way, Elvis, so yesterday I called Uncle Johnny to get him to sneeze, and I was under the assumption, I said, hey, what are you
awful.
doing? He goes, oh, I'm just waiting for Elvis. We're going to go get some lunch. So I assumed he was not at a restaurant. Then come to learn, he's screaming all this information about sneezing and in a restaurant, which I didn't know. And he goes, I'm going to give you to Elvis. I go, don't give me to Elvis. Don't give me to Elvis. No,
I'm
no, no,
so
don't put
mad.
Elvis on the
Okay.
phone.
So we're at the bar eating at our friend's restaurant, and I have to go. I go outside to use the phone because I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be rude. I hate when people are on the phone. So I went outside. I came back in and I heard Johnny in the middle of a restaurant full of people. Yes, okay. What? Can you hear me? Yes. And the entire restaurant, people were like, they still had food in their mouths, but they weren't chewing. They were like.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
I said, get off the phone. You're screaming. I'm not screaming. Like, it's Garrett. It's Garrett. I'm like, Garrett, goodbye. So I'm like, Johnny, he does this all the time. He always screams on his phone in public. It drives me nuts.
I wouldn't
Oh
have
my
called
gosh.
if you're at a restaurant. He made it sound like you were outside your house and taking a phone call, and I was like, oh, he's outside, whatever. But don't put Elvis on the phone. Don't put it on the phone. Johnny, just sneeze into your phone later.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my gosh. So
Do you know?
funny.
Do you know people that do that? When they get on the phone, their volume goes way up. They don't know.
Yeah.
it.
It's
Yeah,
almost
it's
like
on
they
the
think they
train.
have to yell to them so they can hear it from where they
Yeah.
are. They don't
My
realize that the
parents.
phone line's like that.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
Anyway,
Garrett, why do you have an emoji in your box?
I don't know.
Oh,
Excuse me?
it's his raised
Hello?
hand.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
I've
Hi,
never seen
Garrett.
that.
Looks like he's waving. Hi, Garrett.
Yeah, he raised his hand.
That went away, and you moved.
Hey,
Yeah.
Scott,
Yeah,
Someone left.
have you ever had your dog clean out your belly button?
he's licked it before. Yeah.
I
Okay, you
figured.
know what?
Okay.
Okay.
I knew it.
Have an
Did you
How
Nailed
much
it.
encourage
time
it?
is left?
Hold on. Did you
No,
encourage
no.
it, Scotty?
No,
Did you like it?
Was there peanut butter on your belly
it
button?
wasn't bad. I mean, he just whatever. You let your dog lick you.
Did you try to get him to stop when he was doing it, or did you let him see how long he would do it?
No, I said, please go away.
Did you call him daddy?
You know what? Are we done?
I really can't.
we're pretty done.
Done.
Yay.
I never know what's going to come out of your mouth, Scott.
I didn't say it. Frog did.
Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.